Hi, welcome back to the workshop. This is the second part of the Cambrian Funfighter ME109 build. I think the last video we left it where I was going to be gluing on the firewall. It's all glued on. It's not fully cured yet because the aliphatic resin that I use, I tend to leave it 24 hours to go fully hard. But it's dry enough now for me to handle, if nothing else, just to move out of the way. What I'll do is I'm going to be doing a bit of a dry fit just to make sure the sides, actually I can do that just now, just move these parts out of the way, move the batteries off. Batteries are there just to weigh it down a bit because I think, oh, are we stuck? No, we're not stuck, good. There was a little bit of a warp in the fuselage side. As you, I don't think you'll be able to see that. It's flat here in my right hand, but in my left hand there's movement. It's high here, still touching there, but it's high here, so it's twisted like that. That's not a major problem. So just as a dry fit to see how it goes on, this is the second fuselage side. So that sits on there like that and should fit on like that. And if we're lucky, that might need weighed down when it comes to glue it. And there's probably half a millimetre out of the firewall here, so it's half a millimetre out like that. So that can just be teased in and held in place. So that will all dry fit nicely. Now in the previous video I said that I had to sand the tab off on this former to get it to fit onto the right hand fuselage side that's down just now. As I put it on here, this tab that's come through the fuselage side, that's proud there. I'm not worried about that just now because that will sit nicely like that. I can weigh it all down, and then once it's all glued up I can sand that off. So yeah, it's starting to look a bit like a fuselage, and that's probably less than an hour's work spread out while we're waiting for glue. But you could build it quicker with super glue, but I prefer to use aliphatic resin. I think the glue joints last longer, don't become brittle. So what I'm going to do now is I've got a doubler wing seat I can put in here. There's 5x5mm longerons that go in here. I think it goes in there as well, around here, and certainly up here. I'll have to check the plan for that, but I'll see about fitting them. I can do that one there as well. I'm not going to do the doubler until it's actually on here. I'm thinking out loud just now. Well, I'm going to carry on and see what I can do. I'm going to do a bit of a time lapse of it. So I'll catch you in a bit. Okay, so I've just spent the last half an hour searching. Finally found some suitable stock material. One piece in the scrap box, which is hard. I want hard balsa for this because it's adding strength to it. The struggle I had was actually finding some other hard bits. I mean, even these aren't that hard. They're quite soft, so that's probably the harder piece. So what I'm going to do is use this really hard piece for here, on this one, in there, and then use the other pieces for elsewhere. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this piece here, and then I can duplicate it making sure I get all the formers, cuts and things like that in the right place. Just looking at, I need to check that, because that needs to come there. So that's where the former is going to be glued. Same one here. So if I do go slightly over that, I can always cut it back to let the former slot into it. It's not a problem. As I said, I'll probably add in this area once it's actually all glued up. So I should carry on with that. Okay, so that's the fuselage side, the left-hand fuselage side, gluing onto the right-hand fuselage side that had the formers put into it. Aliphatic resin to glue the side on. It's all pretty square just now. I'm hoping that when it's dry, the whole fuselage is going to hold itself a bit squarer. We should have to wait and see how it goes. It's going to take 24 hours for that to go off hard and solid. Once it's done that, I can get in here the forward section, the longerons all put in. As you can see, well, you might be able to see that bit there, but on the other side. Should be able to get then the doublers in for the wing seat. The other formers could go in place. Yeah, but that's about it for just now. If you're liking this build so far, let me know. Give us a thumbs up down the bottom here and a subscribe over that side, I think somewhere. Then you get notification when there's another video put up. But yeah, if you like what we're doing, let me know. Always good to hear feedback, and I'll see you in the next part.